Hi everyone, and welcome to your first assignment for Chapter 6, which is Exercise 2 on page 52. Now, before we begin, just a tip to help you with making the vowel sounds in stressed syllables longer and higher in intonation. I use my wife's hairband. You can use a rubber band, maybe a kid's toy. But I think it really helps with the pronunciation and the physical movement in that you stretch out the rubber band every time you come across a stressed syllable, right? And that'll help, just kind of remind you to really make that stressed syllable, the vowel sound in that stressed syllable, sound longer, higher in intonation, and more clear as a result. And that's the number one thing I think that you can do to improve your pronunciation is correct stress. Correct syllable stress in words, correct word stress in a sentence, stressing the focus word in a sentence, the word that we feel is the most important, stress in a good way, really helps pronunciation make it more clear, right? And easier for you to understand too if you know how to listen for word stress. So as you go through this chapter, I recommend grabbing one of these. Again, I just use my wife's hairband. All right, so we're going to do exercise 2. This really doesn't come into play a lot, but it will for the later exercises. Exercise 2, page 51. Here you have some key words. All of them are ending in those common suffixes that we saw at the very beginning of the chapter, right? Some of them change, these bottom 3 change the syllable stress. The syllable stress will shift when we add these suffixes to the root word. Others do not change the syllable stress. And these suffixes are those that do not change. So keep that in mind. We're going to repeat these together. And I guess you could use the rubber band for the repeating of each of these words. Okay, you can hear them with CD2 track 4, but I'm going to go ahead and just repeat them for you. Applications. Applications. Creativity. Creativity. Flexibility. Flexibility. Motivation. Motivation. Skeptical. Skeptical. Stability. Stability. Strategic. Strategic. The last one here, volunteers. Volunteers. So as we talked about earlier in the warm-up, a lot of these words with these added suffixes have syllable stress or word stress in the syllable that comes right before the suffix, whatever that vowel sound is, right? Whether it's applications, A, or if it's I or I in this case, creativity, flexibility, I, vowel sound, or A, motivation, right? That vowel in that syllable that comes right before the suffix, that's the vowel sound that's stressed, that you should hear clearly, that's elongated, right? Sounds longer than the other syllables in the, the other vowels in the unstressed syllables. So now that you know what to listen for, maybe read through first, take a look at the passage. Actually, they're recommending that you listen first, which is fine. So play CD2 track 4, listen first, And then if you want, you can read a little bit before you listen a second time, but then listen a second time and anticipate which words you think might be used, and then you can confirm your predictions by listening for that particular vowel sound that you know to be the stressed syllable. That is that is exercise 2 on page 52.